All right. Let's dive into this week's deep dive.
And wow, talk about a topic, huh? We're tackling the Great Wall of China,
Yeah,
which, I mean, come on, a structure that massive and iconic, you know it's going to be a good one.
absolutely. And the source material you sent over, really fascinating stuff.
Yeah, right. Okay, so before we go full tourist mode.
Let's lay some groundwork, right? We're talking about the Great Wall, but it's not like there's just one pamphlet that tells you the whole story.
Right, it's way more nuanced than that.
Totally. So we've got excerpts, historical accounts, even some architectural analyses.
Good mix?
Yeah, and our goal today is to, well, it's kind of like we're archaeologists, right? We're
Yeah.
sifting through these different layers, trying to understand what makes this such a legendary feat of engineering and what it tells us about, well, us.
I like that. The archaeology analogy works.
Right. Okay, so first things first. The source material mentions the wall winding through all these crazy different types of land, mountains, deserts, grasslands. It's like the ultimate road trip backdrop.
It really is. And that's actually a really important point. That varied terrain tells us a lot about why the wall was built in the first place
Yeah.
and the sheer challenges those builders must have faced. Trying to defend a border that massive and unpredictable, talk about a logistical nightmare.
No kidding. And get this, the source mentions it's not even one continuous wall. It's more like a patchwork of different walls built over centuries, with each dynasty basically being like, okay, hold my jade sculpture I'm adding on.
Yeah. Exactly. And, that really highlights how central the idea of defense was throughout Chinese history. But it also makes you appreciate the sheer scale of this project. Right. Think about it. Different materials, different construction styles, all cobbled together over millennia. It's mind-boggling how they pulled it off.
Seriously, imagine being the project manager on that. We get stressed with email. Those guys were dealing with like smoke signals and carrier pigeons. But speaking of impressive feats, can we talk about the actual size of this thing?
Hmm?
The source says it's something like 13,000 miles long. Is that even possible?
It's a rough estimate, yeah, but it's mind-blowingly long. To put that in perspective, that's like walking the entire diameter of Earth twice. And we're not talking about a little fence here. The excerpt mentions the width in some
Oh.
places.
Oh, yeah, 25 feet wide in spots.
Yeah.
That's like, what, having an entire bowling lane running along the top? Imagine that. Okay, I'm getting
Mhm.
sidetracked. But seriously, the source makes this really interesting point. This mega structure wasn't just about keeping people out. It shaped ancient Chinese society in all these other ways, too. Trade, communication, you name it.
Absolutely. It's easy to get caught up in the military aspect, but the Great Wall was also this incredible conduit for cultural exchange, economic growth, even early forms of long distance communication. It's like an ancient superhighway connecting people and ideas across these vast distances.
And that's what makes it so fascinating, right? Is this testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. This thing, built over thousands of years, serving all these different purposes. No wonder it's considered one of the greatest wonders of the world.
It truly is. And it kind of makes you think, what will future generations look back on and be like, wow, that was their Great Wall? What achievements, what challenges will define our time?
That's a great question, and one that, honestly, I don't think we can answer just yet. But hey, maybe that's the beauty of it all, right? The story's still being written.
I like that.
So to everyone listening, keep exploring, keep asking those big questions. You never know, you might just stumble upon something as epic as the Great Wall yourself.
You never know.
And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive. Until next time, keep those brains buzzing.
And those explorations